Well, this year we're much more advanced than last year. The pond, of course, is already built and much of the bedding is already in from last year, the perennials. So I've already got the greenhouse with seeds growing on. The pond is already now starting to sprout up. And we're getting the lilies starting at the bottom, kingcups coming out here, fountains all working and cleaned out now. And these beds are all ready to go. Primroses are coming out, they're all established. We've even found a place I can now get rid of the wastewater down the drain here when I want to drain out. This bed is a lot of planting up's done, but I've got some more plants to go into it. And this rockery area just needs some lobelia and things around it, and we're there. But I've also now built up around the back of the fountain so that I can get to the filter better. I can now come in this way and get up to the filter and have a shelf up there as well. So that's looking good, and we're ready for spring here. You can see the foxgloves and so on coming up and ready. That bed's been planted up with a lot of bulbs as well. A lot more daffodils on the ground this year, already coming up, and there's more to come yet. Working our way through the logs, we've got through a good half of them. And there we are, we're ready to go. My plants are just, the hostas are just starting to show there, some of them. And there's my wild knapweed there as well. We've put new English lavender around this garden, and a lot of small bulbs in there too. There's more to go in there yet, and just trim back all this hedge here so we can get through. Meanwhile, on the new build, builders managed to get the rendering done on about half of the building. Up here you can see on the other side. So the rendering's finished on a good third of the building. Well, it's spring and the building is well on the way. I'll show you that in just a moment. But back in the gardens, things are also underway and we're getting the flowers just coming through. Lots has been planted up. The pond looks lovely this year. It looks like it's been established for years. And I'm hoping the gardens will be really special this coming summer. The raised beds are all ready to plant up now. Got strawberries in that one already, and that's some onions. The leaf beet from last year is still there. Raw beans are in, and the artichokes have just survived. In this garden, the beds are fairly well established again. We've got a lot of new plants, bare roots put in, and also see hollyhocks and so on coming up from last year. The greenhouse has ceilings in it now, ready for potting. And this bed's doing really well. Got some big foxgloves and delphiniums coming up here. And I just need to plant a bit more in and we'll be fine. See the studio is just happening here in the background. How beautifully this tree's come through again this year. This bit of garden has been cleared now. We've got a lot of summer bulbs that are in there, and these primulas. Blossoms just coming out on the trees now as well. Only got the rendering this side and part of the other side to do. Wiring, all basics of that is already done, laid in as you can see here. And we'll go upstairs, which is a lot more complete. The new stairways are in. The ceiling has already been plastered on the end wall. And they're working now on the plasterboard and finishing off in here. It's going to be a nice view down the garden from the window here at the side. The rockery plants are taking over nicely as well. The magnolia is enjoying the extra sunshine now. Those big trees are down at the back. Most of the fish made it through winter, although we lost a couple. All the hostas are now coming out and the ferns are coming out. In fact, everything's coming out. Bluebells, daffodils have already been, but they're still coming. Planting more cowslips down here. Logs are being shifted. Greenhouse is now working well. Blossoms coming through and the fruits are blossoming well. All the rockwood plants coming out well now this year. Soft fruit's going well. You can see the onions coming through and the asparagus as well, and the giant strawberries at the back. Beets come through well from last year, everything's seeded up, runner beans are in. Managed to get the tomato seedlings up this year and in earlier, so hopefully it'll be better. What's left of the artichokes haven't done too well, but sweet corn's in. And the building's still on the way.
22. Since says there's been no progress during talks to secure.
Well, the building's getting well on now, and the builders are just doing the last of the rendering and finishing the texture, so hopefully this will be done today and the scaffold will be on its way down. Then we can start looking at this outside bit here with the garden and the paving. We've got two, that's what we're rendering now. Surface texture to go on as well. Upstairs has now been painted, got this nice primrose colour. A nice white ceiling. So should be nice and cosy and light enough in here. Just some nice views out of the windows, especially at the back here where we're looking down the garden. The gardens are really coming on nicely now. All the beds are coming up ready for a few weeks' time when everything will start flowering. It'll be magnificent. And in the veg beds things are coming up as well. And down here we've got new things this year, as you can see. Got a shuttlecock fern put over here, and all these cowslips put around the side, and a Gunnera here. Greenhouse this year. Lots of new things. Orange coming on in the background there. Got the peppers in. Starting to try and get the melons going, but it's been cold and warm, very difficult to keep things moving. Asparagus beds have been a little bit of a flop. We have got some asparagus coming, but not been too good this year. Be more coming up than is. Even the onions aren't going that well in the bed, but the new strawberry bed's looking alright if I can keep the cats out. Got the cabbages in, seedlings coming up there, carrots and beetroot and peas. And French beans coming through here, and of course the runner beans as usual at the end. Tomatoes are sort of taking a long time, even this year. Apricot there, but they're only just getting off the mark. Some of the artichokes from last year are doing alright, and some Chinese cabbage going on here as well this year. Sweet corn's in, but looking a bit hit by the cold. Not happy with the raw beans. I'm going to have to sow some more, I think. but not as many have come through as I would have hoped.